Every World Cup is a celebration of the sport, and an excuse to parade new kits. World Cup team fashion is as much a part of the build-up as match predictions, and Qatar 2022 is no exception. All of the apparel companies, ranging from the mainstream powerhouses to the smaller outfits, are in the process of rolling out their gear for the upcoming competition. Today we're ranking every home and away kit of the 2022 World Cup, from worst to best. Please enjoy and don't forget to smash the like button and to hit subscribe. Also leave a comment telling us which is your favorite kit from the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Starting off at number 64 we have Costa Rica's away kit. Predominantly white, it has thick blue sleeve cuffs and matching detail on the rear of the collar. Nothing really stands out there, apart from the cuffs and the red New Balance and Costa Rica logos. Which brings us to number 63, where we find Costa Rica's home kit, which is the same design, just with an inverted color scheme. All in all, it's a pretty dull design. At number 62 we find Canada's away kit, which is just your typical white jersey. This design was carried over from the previous season. Nothing to write home about. Speaking of unimpressive design, coming in at 61, we find the host team's away kit. Qatar's kit is unique enough with its overlaid circular pattern. However, the gold and beige on white color choice makes for a rather weird combination, giving the kit an overall muddy and unappealing aesthetic. Serbia's away kit comes in at 60, marking the first appearance on our list of Puma's controversial box design for the front number. It's a design that found its fair share of detractors within the football community, and this certainly won't be the last we've seen of this kit pattern. Another contentious design is Nike's single-color jersey with a bold band streaked across the chest. This trim is based on the template of the Inter Milan 22-23 home kit, but it too has received some criticism from fans. It's certainly not one of our favorites, and unfortunately the American squad has decided to make this design their official kit for the 2022 World Cup, which lands them a 59th position in our rankings. At 58 we meet yet another variant of the Puma box design for Uruguay's away kit. The faint blue stripes running down the center of the jersey are complemented nicely by the striped cuffs. This would make for a clean look, but the central box is way too large and too prominent. At number 57 we find Denmark's away kit. It features the same monochrome pattern as the main jersey, but with a white base and white details, along with tonal logos and prints that are also white. It just ends up being a dull white jersey. While its red counterpart has a lot more character, we can't see the away kit flying off the shelves anytime soon. Numbers 56 and 55 are occupied by Morocco's away and home kit respectively. The away kit is another one of those Puma box designs, but with a bit of a twist, as the box has been replaced by an intricate circular pattern. On top of that, we have a grey central stripe running across the entire height of the shirt. All in all, the design comes off as congested and busy. The Moroccan home kit features an interrupted green chest band with white highlights over a red base. While we appreciate the callback to the 1998 World Cup jersey, worn by the nation's golden generation, the actual design was never that great to begin with. Sorry Hakimi. Staying on the African continent, we have Ghana's away kit at number 54. It's yet another variant of Puma's box design, with a red base, a slightly darker vertical stripe and yellow and green accents. Plenty of fans have lampooned the design, with even Ghana's own fans speaking out against Puma's creative choices. Numbers 53 and 52 also come from the African continent, as Cameroon's home and away kits didn't end up very high our list. Rigobert Song's team didn't go with one of the big sporting brands, but instead opted for One All Sports. The brand's motto is do more be more, but perhaps in this case they should have done a bit less. While the design choice is certainly a bold one, the finished pattern just ended up looking messy and unfinished. The indomitable Lions certainly deserved better. At number 51 we find Australia's secondary kit. This is another variation on the Inter home template. The Aussie jersey is predominantly dark blue with teal accents and trim. We weren't fans of the American use of this pattern, and we certainly aren't blown away by this one either. We're entering the top 50 places on our list with Switzerland's away kit. Another Puma box design, with a white base and a light grey striped gradient. The retro Puma logo sits centrally, above a very prominent Swiss flag and Federation logo. Granit Xhaka might be a top player with an inspiring redemption story, but his team's away jersey certainly doesn't do him any favours. At 49 we find Portugal's away kit. A white base, with a bold red and green horizontal stripe. While not a terrible design, it seems rather low effort and a tad outdated. At number 48 we find the host nation's home kit. Nike chose a clean bespoke design for Qatar's main jersey, with a predominant maroon base, with the only standout being the cuff design inspired by the nation's flag. While the serrated edges certainly give it a very distinctive look, it's not enough to warrant a better place on our list. At number 47 we find Canada again, this time with its home kit. While slightly bolder than its white counterpart, with the red base and accents, Canada doesn't impress, especially since this is the same kit they wore as part of their 2018 World Cup campaign. Laziness won't score you any points with us. Ecuador's home kit comes in at number 46. This is another departure from the big brands like Nike or Puma. The South American side opted instead for Marathon, who designed this clean yellow jersey, with subtle red and dark blue accents on the sleeve and shoulders. Not a bad shirt to be sure, but it's also nothing that screams uniqueness and creativity. We've reached number 45, where we find Denmark's home jersey. As we've previously stated, this does certainly have more attitude than the secondary kit, owing to its bold red color scheme. We also appreciate the callback to the 1992 jersey, worn by the Danes as they soared past Germany in the Euro final. However, nostalgia will only get you so far, and in this case it only got Christian Eriksen's side to the 45th place on our list. Number 44. We've grown accustomed to the red and white checkered pattern of the Croatian kit. However, this year Nike chose a very atypical interpretation of this traditional pattern. It's a very messy design that quite frankly looks unfinished. A lot of fans were left wondering where the rest of the checkers went, with one Twitter commenter humorously noting that the jersey pattern stopped loading at 65%. We couldn't agree more. England's away kit comes in at number 43. It employs a red base, combined with navy and light blue for logos and accents. It is the first mainly red England away shirt since the 2018 World Cup. It's definitely a callback to both England's 2018 campaign and the classic shirt worn by such greats as Bobby Charlton and Alan Shearer. Coming in 42nd place we find Brazil's away kit. The blue base with light green accents is a unique combination, but we're not too sure about the weird leopard pattern on the shoulders. It ultimately comes down to taste, but it is going to be fun to see Neymar and company in this rather funky outfit. South Korea's home kit earns them the 41st place on our list. It is predominantly bright red, with black trim and a unique striped pattern on the shoulders, reminiscent of their spirit animal, the tiger. Not a bad design, but it is definitely eclipsed by their amazing away kit. Coming in at number 40 we have Poland's away kit. Nike chose a simple red base, with a white collar and white sleeve cuffs. A classic kit, but one that won't be turning any heads. At number 39 we find Iran's away kit, followed by the nation's home kit at number 38. Iran went with the Majid brand, who designed a plain white jersey for their home kit and a red variant for home games. The trim on the collar and cuffs comes in the colors of the Iranian flag, and the shoulders display a leopard pattern, similar to the one on the Brazilian away kits. Number 37. The away kit of the Belgian Red Devils certainly seems like a missed opportunity. It's a very plain white shirt, with subtle multicolored trim on the collar, sleeves and hem. The pattern was inspired by the colors of the Tomorrowland EDM festival, but we're not sure if the World Cup is the right place for this cross-promotion. Adidas certainly seems to think so, but we can't agree, hence the 37 ranking. At number 36, we find Switzerland's home kit. A very bland design, with a red base and white halftone gradient in the collarbone area. Overall, a rather forgettable shirt that likely won't become anyone's favorite design, regardless of the team's performance. Number 35. Serbia's home kit is another simple design, with a red base and some slight gold accents and trim. The cross pattern does make it stand out a bit, but not enough to make it past the lower half of our list. At number 34 we find England's home kit. The shirt combines England's traditional white base with a very bold panel featuring a navy and sky blue gradient. The official name of the color scheme is Blue Fury Blue Void. While Nike can be applauded for trying something different, the end product doesn't really strike us as anything more than a novelty item. At number 33 we have Croatia's away kit. Inspired by the country's nightlife and natural beauty, the shirt combines a dark navy base with a light blue checkered pattern and red logos. While the end result certainly looks better than their home kit, we're still not sure whether the neon look of this shirt will make it a favorite among football jersey collectors. The Senegal home kit lands them a place at number 32 on our list. Puma introduces a bold look, with a predominantly white color scheme based on the ultraweave template. The definite standout feature of this shirt is a chevron on the chest, designed after the Senegalese flag. This is definitely one of the better Puma kits. At number 31 we find the USA away kit. This is another one of those unique design choices that you either love or hate. With a predominantly royal blue base and a funky tie-dye graphic, the shirt is highly reminiscent of the Leeds 22-23 away kit. Time will tell whether this shirt will find its way into the hearts of fans and collectors. Poland's home kit is definitely a step up from its away kit, and it introduces us to the top 30 places on our list. Nike opted for a clean white design with red logos and featuring a subtle graphic on the shoulders and sleeves. A gorgeous pattern which some fans have claimed is reminiscent of the wings of a bird, which would certainly make sense for a nation whose emblem is the white eagle. At number 29 we have the Dutch away kit. The official name of the sleek dark blue main color is Deep Royal, and we can totally see it. The shirt has a majestic quality to it and it evokes a certain air of regality. However, we're not quite sure about the large black application around the collarbone area or the brazen Dutch Federation logo in black and red. Number 28. Nike has designed quite an outstanding home jersey for Portugal this year. The predominant color is pepper red, combined with green in a diagonal design, reminiscent of Monaco's home kit. Like it or hate it, Cristiano Ronaldo's side will certainly turn heads at this year's World Cup, owing to both their performance on the pitch and also this unique design. While Ghana's away kit landed them a bottom position on our list, their home kit is certainly an improvement. With a huge black star in the middle as a lovely nod to the team's nickname, this design breathes some personality into the kit. The shirt has an unremarkable white base, but it's accentuated by the Ghanaian flag on the cuffs. Number 26. Tunisia's home kit will most certainly get people talking at this year's World Cup. The shirt is predominantly red, but its centerpiece is the central graphic print, which was inspired by the armor of Hannibal, a historical artifact found in Tunisia in 1909. Kappa has really done a nice job highlighting the country's culture with this kit. At number 25 we find Senegal's away kit. This is another example of Puma's ubiquitous box design for World Cup 2022 away shirts. However, this is actually one of the better examples, and the design is saved in this case by the vibrant color scheme. The green, red and yellow offer a culturally powerful message, and the flaws of the box pattern are certainly dampened by the larger significance of African identity concealed within this design. At number 24 we have Spain's home kit. Adidas didn't bring anything new to the Spanish kit this year, opting for a predictable home jersey featuring a red base, with navy blue accents and yellow inserts. Ultimately, the design is based on an iconic look, but we would have expected something a bit more creative from Pedri's Red Fury. At number 23 we find another design based on an iconic look. It's France's home kit. Nike combined a navy base with metallic gold for logos, to create a lovely aesthetic for the reigning world champions. The colors work well together and the look is certainly classic and classy. But perhaps a few white accents would have turned this design into a more vibrant look. Number 22 brings us Tunisia's away kit. While the red jersey is certainly more vibrant, the white variant complements the armor of Hannibal pattern more and makes it pop. A beautiful design, which might end up being a sleeper hit with collectors and fans. At number 21 we find Wales's away shirt. A bold design, boasting a crisp white base combined with red branding and a very distinct collar pattern, featuring the red, white and green of the Welsh flag. The jagged pattern also brings to mind the teeth and claws of the nation's dragon emblem. We for one can't wait to see Gareth Bale playing in this jersey. We have reached the top 20 spots on our list, with the Dutch home kit. This might end up being a very controversial pick, since the velvety pattern is very much a matter of choice. But we think the so-called laser orange design will be a hit. At number 19 we find Spain's away kit. With a predominant sky blue base, this jersey surprises with the addition of an abstract wavy pattern completed by a jagged graphic. While this design might not be to everyone's liking, we think it shows a lot more personality than Spain's previous white away kits. Number 18. Brazil's home kit. It's the classic yellow and green, officially dubbed dynamic yellow. The leopard pattern is more subdued and works better here than in the away kit. At number 17 we have France's away kit. It's an unimpressive white base combined with royal blue for the logos. However, The piece de la résistance lies in the subtle pattern which displays various French landmarks and historical sites. This is certainly a very creative and unique way to incorporate your country's culture into the design of the national jersey. We believe this will be a very sought-after piece, especially amongst French collectors. At number 16 we have Uruguay's home kit. A very simple design, but a very iconic one, harkening back to the vintage shirts worn by the country's greats, Hector Scarone, Pedro Rocha or Diego Forlan. The base is Uruguay's traditional celeste blue color with white mesh cuffs and a white one-button collar. At number 15 we find a surprise entrant, Saudi Arabia's away kit. The mainly dark green shirt's main feature is a tonal pattern covering the entire front, sleeves and back. Some bold design choices which we think have paid off. A beautifully designed kit. Number 14 brings us another iconic design. Argentina's home kit. It's a simple white design, with light blue stripes. The back stripes are quite unusual, as they are surprisingly thinner in the center, with two wider ones on the outside of the shirt. It is supposed to look like the Argentinian flag. This will be Leo Messi's final World Cup and Adidas certainly couldn't have picked a nicer shirt for the legendary player's swan song. At number 13 we find a surprising pick and perhaps a controversial one. The Belgian home kit has certainly seen its fair share of detractors, with many criticizing the flame graphics rising up from the end of the sleeves as tacky. One fan even called it a shirt you would wear to a bowling game. However, we think that's exactly why this design will be an instant classic, as it will certainly make the Red Devils stand out from everyone else. Number 12 reveals another sleeper hit, again from the country of Saudi Arabia. Their home jersey is predominantly white with a green collar and swoosh in the same color, featuring a palm leaf pattern. Number 11. The German away kit. This shirt will likely be a hit with collectors. The main color is an elegant black, with golden logos and accents, completed by a subtle maroon graphic covering the front and sleeves. We don't know how many times we will get to see Goretzka's side wearing this shirt, but we're certainly looking forward to each and every single match. We've reached the top 10 kits of the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Starting off at number 10, South Korea's away kit. Predominantly black, the shirt features a very bold multicolor graphic across the front, back and sleeves. The Nike and Korea FA logos on a plain white, contrasting with the vibrancy of the shirt beautifully. This is by far one of our favorite designs of the entire World Cup. At number 9 we have Mexico's home jersey. It's a green shirt with white shorts and red socks, bringing back Mexico's iconic colors. The main design feature is a subtle graphic print on the upper part and sleeves, inspired by Mesoamerican mythology. Number 8 brings us Messi's side one more time. Argentina's away kit is absolutely gorgeous, featuring two different shades of purple with silver details and an intricate flame pattern. A slick and silky design, which will be a beautiful addition to Messi's tremendous playing. Number 7 on our list is Japan's away kit. Adidas has opted for a very modern design, with a white base and navy accents on the collar and cuffs. The standout feature of this design has to be the blue-red pattern on the sleeve, featuring some intricate origami cranes. A lovely design that works best on the long-sleeved version. Australia's home kit comes in at number 6. The same velvety style as the Netherlands' home shirt. The gold and green color combination works beautifully and the tonal pattern is reminiscent of PSG's 2021 fourth kit, which has become a fan favorite. The bottom spot of the top 5 is taken up by Ecuador's away kit. A lovely navy blue base with light blue geometric shapes on the front. The sleeves are partly white and partly navy, adorned with a subtle Ecuadorian flag. Marathon has really designed a beautiful shirt that is sure to make an impression. Number 4. Germany's home kit. Die Mannschaft have strayed away from their usual plain white design, opting for a bolder choice, with a white base and a black central stripe and gold accents. The gold color possesses a metallic appearance, which really adds a lot of character to the eagle emblem and the Adidas logo. Not to mention the 4 accolade stars proudly adorning their crest. We've reached the top 3 of our list, with Wales's home kit. This is just a beautiful and elegant design. It features a simple red base with 3 white stripes on the shoulders. The tonal stripes work to great effect and their zigzagging pattern certainly adds a lot of flavor to an otherwise classic design. The runner-up, just behind our number 1 choice, is Mexico's away shirt. We expect these gorgeous shirts to fly off the shelves and become a beloved item for both fans of Mexico and neutrals. This item was sold out before the World Cup had even started, so we expect this shirt to find its way into the collection of a lot of people. Inspired by ancient civilizations, Adidas has adorned this kit with red Mesoamerican deities on top of the so-called Wonder White base. We can't wait to see this beauty on the pitch, and we hope it will get a lot of playtime. Finally, we've reached our number 1 spot. This is our favorite kit of this year's World Cup, both in terms of aesthetic and the thought process that went into designing it. So without further delay, our number 1 pick for the 2022 Qatar World Cup is Japan's home kit. The design was inspired by anime, and its bold pattern makes it instantly recognizable. The subtle graphic covering the blue base is reminiscent of ink illustrations typically found in manga and anime. In fact, Japan offered the world a sneak peek at its new kit via 2 manga series, Giant Killing and Blue Lock. Finally, the patterns join up to form origami cranes. It's such an incredibly elaborate design, and the end result is a gorgeous jersey that is sure to become a fan favorite. For our part, it has managed to capture our hearts and imagination the minute we first laid eyes on it. So this was our ranking of the 64 home and away kits at the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Do you agree with our list? What is your pick for the top football jerseys of this World Cup? We'd love to hear from you in the comments. And if you'd like to support this channel, please hit the like and subscribe buttons, and don't forget the notification icon. We really appreciate it. Cheers!